Okay, welcome home. I'm your anime manga mom. I have finally finished season one of Sword Art Online. I was talking to somebody in reality the other day and they were saying, it's taking you that long to get through it. And I said, yes, because, I'm a mom. I have full-time work. I have several anime that I'm trying to catch up on. My husband is not an anime fan, so I do not watch with him. So, you know, I I have to work through it as I do. Yeah, I liked a lot of it. I really did like a lot of it. I thought Kirito is a great character. Definitely somebody to aspire to be like. He's very thoughtful, protective, empathetic. He's uh not super goody two shoes. I mean, he'll razz his friends. He'll you know just an all around kind of great guy. Um, Then there's Asuna, and she is amazing. She's very powerful, very dedicated, um she's a little bit of a goody two shoes, but she does let loose around Kirito because she trusts him and he realizes how special she is and develops feelings for her. There will be spoilers because I'm, kind of going over this whole thing. Um, I really, really loved the first half of the season. Um, then as the second half comes on, it gets a little weird. Um, so Kirito's little sister is not his little sister. She's his cousin, but first cousin, which, eh, and then she has a crush on him. All right, that happens when kids are young. They develop crushes on their cousins because that's who they're around. But as they grow older, they realize, oh, that's family. But maybe there's a cultural nuance that I'm not uh familiar with. But I'm sorry, somebody who was raised as your sibling, is mentally your sibling. So that's icky and gross. Also, she's 15. So why in the world are we watching her take a shower and all this stuff? I'm not saying that 15-year-olds don't have hormonal, drives, but we really don't need to be watching a 15-year-old girl take a shower. And then you get into the fan service that has to do with Asuna, and that gets very uncomfortable. But of course, it's all in the plot. It makes sense for the plot. I mean, you have the bad guy Sugo, who's, you know, just the absolute worst. Gonna somehow God has Asuna's father to agree to let him marry her, even though she is out. She is down for the count. She is not able to say yes or no. But then again, a lot of countries do have um, arranged marriages, so it's not out of the question. Culturally, you got to realize different people do things different ways, and I'm not entirely opposed to, the problems that represents, or the problems that doing it the way we think is best represent. I do like the way you get completely enthralled in these worlds like uh, Alfheim or Einkrad, or there's more to come, so I hear. Um, but because of all of the fan service, I'm a little skeptical of starting season two because, at least with Western shows, usually the fan service steps up as the seasons progress. Uh, uh, I don't know if the plot's no longer seen as being enough to get it by, and they have to add a little bit more, you know. But it doesn't appeal to me. So, if it's gonna be beyond what I've seen in season one, it might not be for me. Season one was like right there on the line as far as they took it. When they're in the real world, and Kirito happens across to go, I was telling him, don't do it, don't do it. Not because the guy didn't deserve it, but because Kazuto would end up in prison. and we don't want that, especially since Asuna's just now waking up. So, but yeah, I can definitely see the drive and the fact that if he doesn't, there's a possibility that this guy can still get in inside the online realms and wreak the havoc that he has been wreaking, Uh, mind control, always something to go after, you know? Uh, definitely it's something that I don't think many scientists could just ignore the research that goes into this. But think about the practical applications of this. I mean, you could do some crazy therapeutic work, an incredible, you know, for people suffering from depression or PTSD or something like that. Yeah, go into a virtual reality world, create scenarios, have these people overcome things and uh, develop skills. A thing full of amazing possibilities. So, did I like Sword Art Online? I would say yes, but I don't give it a 10. I have to ding points because of the cousin thing, because of the sister thing, which is the same thing, but it's not. And then I have to ding points because of the excessive fan service and the uncomfortability. But that's me personally. I know that some other people might not have the same reaction I do, but this is my review, so I give it probably a 7.5 out of 10. Um, it is not for younger viewers. You definitely need to be mature to watch this. Um, but I do really like Kirito, his character. I do like the way that as he meets people, they they appreciate him in whatever form that is. Like they appreciate him as a rival, they appreciate him as a comrade, they appreciate him as a respectful, wonderful human being that he is. Uh, yeah, as a love interest, yeah, he's worthy of all these titles. He's gonna give it his all if he's up against a foe. He's going to take the time and develop his skills that he needs to. He's empathetic, so he's going to try and understand your point of view. You know, he's a loyal friend. He didn't fall in with all these girls who are basically throwing themselves at him because he holds a special place in his heart for Asuna. And so I think that he has great character, and he is a great character. So, uh, now the gaming aspect's really interesting, really neat. Apparently, the mangaka was not a big gamer, but did a really good job at showing the I guess level of enthusiasm that people will put behind the games that they love. What kind of games do you play if you're a gamer? Are you into role playing, first person? You know, do you like to build things like cities like Sims or, you know, what is it that you play? I myself usually do not play games. I feel very competitive and yet I'm very bad at it. So I have that, feeling disappointed in myself that I can't get further, feeling very competitive against other people. And I don't like that side of myself. So I avoid playing the games, which does not help my skill level. Anyways, it's a whole cycle of I don't play games. Also, if you're putting a lot of time into playing a game, that's time you're not using living your life. And I have other interests that I want to pursue. I like to read. I like to watch anime. I like to do some arts and crafts and everything. I like to write fiction. So, and I like to spend time with my family. I have to convince my son to go do things with me because he's at that age where friends are definitely high priority. So, and that's the stage of life he's at, and that's good for him. Anyway, so yeah, what's your favorite game? What did you think of Sword Art Online, the first season? Should I watch the second season, or is it going to be uh, deeper in the fan service? Is it about the same? The pacing. I hear that the pacing's bad. It does get slow from time to time, but not so slow that it grinds, that it's just dragging you along and you're like, when will this end? Um, but there are, definitely more fast paced and then more slow sections of Sword Art Online. Not a deal breaker for me. Uh, yeah, I think the fan service was the thing that got to me the most, and the real icky incestuous quality. Not sexy, not cool. It's just sick and wrong. But you take that with a grain of salt and you make your own decisions. Anyway, but yeah, that's my review of Sword Art Online. I love the characters. Yeah, solid cast, and even the bad guy, really really horrible. The the one who developed the first game, Aincrad. I don't know why somebody would say, all right, nobody's ever played this before. Let's have them all come on here, and most of them will die because I would definitely not be able to beat the game. So what would that make of me? And all these, young children who are on here trying to play a game, dying because some monster in a field just chops them down. I don't see how somebody could convince themselves to do that, to just hook the nerve gear up so that if you forcibly pull it off, that's it for you. It's very kind of Matrix-esque, you know. Um, and I don't see what he gets out of it. Um, I guess just wanting the stakes to be high. I don't know. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know. Talk to me about it. Should I go on? I've heard Alicization is great, but I'd have to go SAO2 before I did that. I've also gotten a recommendation from a person I ran into just this weekend saying I need to check out Angel Beats. Um, so I have many, many suggestions, and I'm looking forward to continuing my anime journey. I hope you come with me. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.